Guilty Parade is a stylish episodic visual novel by Nozori Games, a two-person Russian team. This happens to be just the beginning of a larger narrative, but still manages to build a foundation with excellent art direction, an ensemble cast, and well-paced mystery. Guilty Parade follows an amnesiac protagonist named Nemo who finds himself captured by soldiers in the middle of a war that he can't remember. Despite his suspicious circumstances, he's recruited by a commander of a ragtag group to secretly investigate a murder and hopefully learn something about himself in the process. The quirky ensemble cast is instructed through a sort of series of fetch quests, which also serves as a tutorial for the game's point-and-click adventure portion. It's a nice way to add more interactivity to the visual novel, as well as optional scenes and Easter eggs. Still, there's a lot of wandering back and forth without too much puzzle solving, which might disappoint players who expected a heavier balance towards gameplay. Interspersed with Nemo's story is the point of view from another protagonist, Lien, showing the experiences of a group of children on the other side of the conflict. This parallel story feels more grounded with fewer over-the-top characters and a closer view of the war's tragedies. We still get little information about who's fighting or what they're fighting about, but I think that's a good narrative choice for the first few chapters of a larger story. The narrative here is linear, but still has a lot of choices in the aforementioned point-and-click segments. Given the linearity, I expected the outcome of choices to be mostly cosmetic, with maybe a few lines of changed dialogue before the plot progressed, regardless of your choice. However, I was completely surprised to find that some choices lead to extended alternative scenes. Still, it's unclear if these choices have any lasting effect on future episodes. The artwork of Guilty Parade is gorgeous, with expressive character sprites and dynamic art direction, and a lot more detail and variety than I would expect from such a small team. Everything has a World War I aesthetic, while the soundtrack is all stock music, but still adds to the atmosphere. In general, the user interface is slick and polished, especially in the adventure portions, and there's some great attention to detail, which really adds to the experience. My only nitpick is that text, when you examine parts of scenes, doesn't get added to the history, so if you miss information, you aren't always able to check back to remind yourself. The English translation is a weak point. It's clear enough that it didn't detract from my enjoyment of the game, but it could use another editing pass for grammar and flow. It's apparently already improved from the original translation though, so I hope that it'll continue to be polished for future episodes. It's always difficult to rate an episodic story. With only 2 of 5 planned episodes released so far, there are still plenty of unanswered questions about the setting and characters, and there's no telling whether all the setup will pay off and whether every choice will have an effect on later parts of the story. I'm also somewhat wary of the character Ruff, who's implied to be trans but not taken seriously by the other character, and how this will be handled in other episodes. As it stands, Guilty Parade is an auspicious beginning to a series with an engaging cast of characters to befriend, a mysterious and intriguing setting, and beautiful artwork that helps bring everything to life. Fans of stylish visual novels with a quirky cast and gameplay, such as 999 and Danganronpa, should definitely check it out, and for such a low cost, it might be definitely worth it. Noisy Pixel is giving Guilty Parade an 8.5 out of 10. Thank you for watching. Please read the full review on noisypixel.net. Noisy Pixel is run by a group of gamers who work hard to deliver news, reviews, previews, and more. Please subscribe to keep up with all our future content.